All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with.
My proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics in collaboration with Fourth Wall Production respectfully brings to you the 61st episode of the Four Tales podcast. I am your host, Kyrun from Taurus Comics. Across the way is not the mauve maker of Ace Blade, Danny Day Quick, but the combative creator of Lumberjacks, Morgan Iverson. And we are here to help you find your next favorite comic. And we are live on the Agents of Geekdom Network via Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. So if you're listening and watching us live, thank you for your support, but don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and review this podcast and all our shows, because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. Morgan Iverson.
Hello, sir.
Welcome to the show, man.
I am honored to sit here in the stead of Danny J. Quick. I almost put his government out there, but
wow.
I'll give it about 15 minutes before I do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. Danny is at a store signing, right?
Yes, he is supposed to be, but you know, his last name's Quick, but you know, he's usually late, so you know, I'm not really sure whether he's actually there or not, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, Javon's already in the house. He says, my nickname for you now, the combative creator, you should trademark that, which I agree.
I might do that, actually.
Okay.
Or make a character named Combative Creator.
All right. But going back to Danny, he is not here. He is at Acme Comics today from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. doing a store signing with Ricky Hopkins. So if you are in the area, please go down, support Danny. And, you know, I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy to have Morgan on the line with us. And our guest just left. Nope. Is he here? Okay, he is here.
You said you could see us, but I don't see him. So
you don't see him? Well, let me bring him on the show.
Oh, I see him now.
All right. Now, who we have with us today is an amazing writer, amazing creator, a fashion icon with that hair, apparently, because Morgan and I got the same haircut.
Wow. I can't pull it off, bro. My hair won't grow past like nubs. So
okay. I could try to pull it off, but with all the grays I have, it would look like spider webs at that point if I did that. So,
but it might be dope, actually.
You think so?
It could be.
Okay. All right. Well, Greg Elysee's on the line. Greg, thank you for being on. How you doing today?
Good. So it's Elysee. Just want to correct that real quick.
You're right. And I read that. I read that in the profile, but I'm bad at reading, apparently. So my bad.
What? So is Danny.
It's fine. It's good. It's good for you to have me here. I'm excited, even though I know Morgan in here.
Wow.
Wow.
See?
I never have a problem getting, but as soon as Morgan decides he wants to co-host, all my shit fucks. He's responsible for that.
Wow.
But thank you for having me.
Wow. See? Did we count off how long it took? I told you.
2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes.
That's my brother.
I mean, it took me 13 minutes to get in here, so it has something to do with you, bro.
How? Why?
I don't know. Make it make sense to me.
It's Whitney Houston's internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
We blaming the dead now. That's wrong, huh?
I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying it's not my internet. It's hers.
Anyways, Greg, let's get you to introduce yourself for some of the few people out there that don't know who you are. Give us a breakdown of who you are, what you're into, what you're doing, all the good stuff, man.
My name is Greg. I'm a comic book writer and creator. My main series is None of the Worst Spider, from Black diaspora stories, folklore, mythology, tradition. A lot of my writing tends to highlight blackness or LGBTQ type of themes, concepts. And recent book that was released last week, Dreamer for Scholastic, named Akeem Aliu, who is a black hockey player who blew up the industry because he revealed a lot of the racist practices that happens behind, and so that caused a huge shitstorm. And we made a comic based off of it, him dealing with racism from childhood all the way up to now.
That's dope, man. So let's, I guess, lead off with that since that's the newest thing. How did you and Akeem like meet up together? Like, how did that come about?
So it was actually, I was reached out by Patrick, who is one of the editors at Scholastic, and apparently maybe 10 writers that they were looking at for this project, and had read one of my works from Puerto Rico Strong, which was that short at home. And I guess that book, that story stood out to him. Maybe I'd be like a good fit to be the Akeem. And so after that, and he also, I think, asked a couple of other writers, and a lot of them, like a good number of them. So it was just like, oh, well, I'm already looking at Greg. So I guess that was sort of like, you know, at the same time. And so after he got me the interview with Akeem, and they decided they wanted to go with me. And I gave them like a general pitch doing his book. And from there, it was just, that's where it started. This was like and we've been working on it pretty nonstop since until this release. It started from like a couple of Zoom calls. I was interviewing him. I interviewed one of his best friends, a whole bunch of stuff. Like it was I became like a reporter, practically out the truth about his life, and trying to figure out, because at a particular moment, and so there'll be times where I would get something from him, and then I would ask his pops what was a completely different side, and then his mom had a completely different side, and his brother. A lot of fun trying to figure out what exactly was the truth, and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun.
That sounds dope. Now, I guess, what are the long-term goals with Dreamer? I mean, I know that's not necessarily your story, but will there be other books in that series that you're going to be associated with, or is that maybe something else with Scholastic that you're going to deal with now that you have your foot in the door in a way?
We'll see. It was a one and done book. Yeah, I think that story was the beginning to how we ended it. There might be a possibility of a reprint. I can't really say, simply because there were some things I was finding out. He never told me about that. That could have been in the book, And so I think we're trying to see. But for now, the book is done. As for if I'd be interested in doing with Scholastic, I already told them, let me know. Trying to rack my brains out, trying to think of a pitch maybe there would be. We'll see what happens.
All right, we do have a question from the audience. Javon says he'd like to know why Morgan keeps instigating stuff with Greg. I mean, do you guys want to hash this out? What do you want to hash this out right now, just so we can get out the way?
I mean, minding my own business, bro.
I'm on here minding my business, being a good, supportive brother of my brother, of both of my brother Kyrun, Greg, and Javon. My other brother comes on here lying. What is this? It's not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet, and y'all already like, what is, bro? Is this collusion of some sort? Y'all on some Trump stuff today?
It's time to stop being the victim. Stop playing the victim. Okay. Cool.
Bruh, you ran up. Okay.
We all adults.
Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
We good, bro. We good.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you have that for the moment. You can answer that question I don't have the answer to it. Javon's lying. That's what I do know.
How you call one of our audience members a liar, bro?
Be the big. Why do I have to be the bigger man? Why? This dude literally lifts weights all the time. Why do I be minding my business, bro? Like literally minding my business, bring up him all the time because that's my brother, man. I'm gonna hold him down till the wheels fall off, and then y'all just it's all good. Okay, I got Kyrun. I'm telling you, I got like 5 more minutes of me being good, and after that, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you after that. Okay,
I'm just trying to have a nice conversation with the man. Y'all have some issues, some beef. So I'm just saying, if you want to like hug it out virtually here, please do so we can.
He won't hug me. No. Okay. Actually, the last time I gave him a hug, I gave him a hug. He said I was trying to feel on his booty and whisper in his ear, bro. He said it live on everyone. Like literally everybody saw it. See, so I can't even hug this dude without it becoming.
In the words of the great Whitney Houston, I want to see the receipts. Show me the receipt.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's like the second Whitney Houston quote for the show. That's more than any we've had in the last 2 years. What?
It is, man. I'm just telling you.
It's Black History Month, Morgan. We need to unify. Javon's right. We do. We need to unify. We need to be unified front, come together as one, combat the evils of racism and Whitney Houston. So
I didn't do anything. I literally did not. I've been, you know what? How many more minutes I gotta wait? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay. 4 minutes. That's all I got for you. All right. So don't say I didn't worry. I told you now. 4 minutes.
Did you have a question for the man?
Well, I would like to start off by saying how proud of my brother I am. You know what I'm saying? I see him on tour out here talking to these kids, and I know he's got an amazing heart. So my question is, you know what I mean, when you get the chance to go on tour and you're out, promoting the book and being able to go talk to these kids, also knowing that you're a teacher, like how good of a feeling is that to know that you have made yet something else that now you can go on tour to promote and help inspire kids to be, to be writers, to be, whatever it is, and be more artistic, because we know how the school system in America is set up to kind of try to push you into specific things, you know what I'm saying? So for you to be that type of inspiration to them, like, how does that feel? And like, do you get that type of feedback from them?
It felt amazing, honestly. I had completely black things as well, where when I was writing, when I was coming up with the pitch for questions about the way I was depicting certain things and the way I was showcasing, the story can be a little raw. And I think there was some concern about
Dang, what happened?
Did you kick him out?
I don't have any control.
Did you kick him out?
I can't kick him out. I don't have control. And I still got 2 more minutes left. I got 2 more minutes of me being good. So no, I didn't.
Right,
in 2 more minutes, maybe.
I'm sorry about that, Greg. Oh, wow.
You did it twice. You did it twice. You on some Clayton Bixby stuff today. You on some Clayton Bixby stuff. That's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. I got 2 more minutes. I only got to wait 2 more minutes.
Well, I don't know who you're going to get mad at. I'm the only one here now, so.
You kicked him off the show twice.
All right.
2 times.
I did nothing of the sort.
I literally don't have any control. Do I need to share the screen? I don't even know if I can share the screen.
The revenge of Morgan Iverson, I swear, yo. The revenge of...
Why would I ask you the question and then kick you off? Why would I do that?
You were trying to act like you were being nice, but you didn't really want to hear from him. So,
oh my God! If I didn't want to hear, do you know how much he makes me cuss at him? You know what?
Okay. What is your question again, Morgan? So we can.
Well, I had to ask.
Don't worry. I'll just continue. I
hate both of you. What? This where in the world, bro?
Oh no, but I mean, all right. I mean, one of the things that you always hope for as a creator is that you can inspire people and hopefully touch them in some type of way. The fact that you grew up being inspired, and a lot of us are in this because somebody inspired us. This really means a lot to us. It's a form of escapism, but at the same time too. So just seeing the excitement of a lot of these kids, and my cup is filled, as I can say, or overflowed. Honestly, it just and yeah, just seeing their excitement, and especially there was this issue of how will middle school this, because there were some things that I wrote, and I guess I also have a lot of like time jumps that would be very confusing, but he learned to.
Wow. Wow. This is appalling. Like MLK literally woke up and said, "What the hell is going on up there?" He just did that just now. Messing with you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You don't make Malcolm get up too. This is unacceptable. Bro, I am sorry. This man Kyrun, I don't know if he's working.
I am on the other side of the world right now. Don't be trying to put me in nothing.
You got to be working for Trump right now.
No.
You got to be. This is the
Thank you, Javon. Javon said Morgan is ruining the show by kicking Greg out and messing with Greg's internet, and I believe it. I believe that somehow. Like, this is my first real interaction with Greg, so I have no beef. I have no issue with him. Somehow you were doing this, so I'm just sitting back and listening to the man trying to be a sponge and just get some knowledge.
Oh man.
Why you?
The setup here is pristine, though. Like, I have to give you guys the credit.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know y'all are probably in the middle of your riveting interview, but we got Greg Anderson and Elysee on the show. So, of course, I want to get my questions in. Greg, I need some advice, man. I've been working hard on these comic books, me, Morgan, and all these people have been working hard on these comics, but I can't quite seem to build the network that I want to build. What advice would you give to a young creator trying to break into the business to build their network up?
I'll be right back. Don't even worry about it. I will be right back. Don't you worry about that. I got something to fix this. I'll be right back.
All right, is this working?
Yeah. It's working. Yes.
Okay, now I'm back on my computer. All right. My phone was starting to bug. See, yo, did you notice once Morgan walks away, now my computer works, bro? You see?
I told you, it's Morgan. It's Morgan. It's Morgan.
You see? Bro.
All right. So, I mean, did you want to answer Danny's interruption of a question? That was perfect, too. Because I was right in the middle of Morgan talking, so I made it so better. God's not pleased with Morgan right now. That's true. I don't know how often that is. This is gold. We appreciate everybody in the chat, by the way. Morgan Medea Iverson here.
Sit this right here. All right. Yep. What were you saying? What were y'all talking
about? Danny wanted to ask a question for Greg. How to get into the business, apparently. And you out here threatening your computer. All right.
I was just I'm scratching. I'm sorry.
Yo, I got this, bro. All right.
Who's asking the question now? Like, I'm just what? Who's supposed to be talking? Is it me? Am I supposed to be?
No, Danny left the question.
Okay.
Let's let Danny answer that, or let Greg answer that question.
Okay. I'm sitting. Hold on, me. There you go.
All right. Oh, snap.
I'm
All right,
listening.
so I mean, honestly, for me, Newton, for me, I think what has worked for me is, as you can see, I could be pretty personable. So my personality will show up a lot in whether it's even my writing online. I have a pretty strong online presence, so I tend to interact a lot, and a lot of enjoy that, enjoy that interaction. And I do a lot of conventions. I mean, a lot of people. I would be extreme.
That is a great comment, Javon. That's really
I mean,
good.
it's the first time we've had a weapon on the
That's-
show, so yeah.
That is a great comment. That's very good of you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now this is a Saturday morning show. I can get by Morgan about to shoot someone. Yeah, and that's the weird thing. There's nobody there but you. Who you?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Who are you?
It's dumb.
Wait, let me. Do you need me to go get something? Okay.
Man, this show is completely off the rails. All right.
No. Oh man.
I'm being peaceful. I'm like I'm 6 minutes beyond when I said I was turning up. So, and I'm still being good. So
This only has happened with Morgan here.
man.
None of this ever goes on when Danny's here.
I
I'm
didn't
just
do
saying.
anything though. I don't have any control of anything. I literally I can't even control my camera. Like I don't even know if I can go off camera by myself right now.
I don't know. All right, let's get back to the show. I mean, Morgan's derailed us too much. We talked about Dreamer. Let's talk about your other series. It's Not on the Wear Spider. You currently have it on Kickstarter. There's 18 days to go. You are more funded than you have more money in this I've seen on a Kickstarter in a while. So, what is your what would you say is the biggest reason that people are so drawn to It's Not Now?
Shoot. I think the concept. It's the concept is something that really speaks to a lot of people, especially a lot of the Black audience, which has always been my target. Because I think the time when I launched it, the very, very, very first one, which is something that people didn't quite see, focused on G's and announcing that. Is that Morgan?
He come out the back door.
So I think yo, this interview is just like all right. Yo, Cameron's been trying to keep it together for how long, bro?
It's hard. It's hard to do this. I've been trying to stay composed, but this is hard now.
Oh my god, bro! Why is this happening to me, man? I didn't even do nothing. I didn't do nothing, man. This is ridiculous, bro. Oh my god, man!
Years now.
Y'all got me crying and stuff, man. What in the world, bro? I hate you guys, man.
Whew.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what you were saying.
It was so
We're supposed to be talking. Oh my god.
We live, baby. We live. We live. All right,
All
man.
right,
Thank
that's
you guys. Dang.
Oh man.
Okay, Javon says, can we all stop talk about Morgan and talk about the man's Kickstarter? I'm trying, Javon. I really am trying to talk about the man's Kickstarter because it's an amazing book. It's one of my favorite books, so I'm trying hard.
I personally have not eaten Newton. I have not. I'm not.
Oh, Greg. Hey, man. This is a great book, by the way. Everybody should read this. It's Nana the Were Spider. Everybody should read it. Amazing. I know that you've been doing comics for like 6+ years now. I just got a quick question. If there was one thing that you could tell year one Greg, just starting making comics, what wisdom would you impart into the younger you?
Freaking Danny be interrupting like the Joker, and you know those episodes of Batman where he just like interrupts.
And he told me to do it specifically when Morgan is talking, so I just wanted to let you know.
I love it. All right, so real quick, I think it's not, it just resonates with a lot of people who was looking for just something fresh, something new. And even though there's been books by a lot of creators on Black myths and traditional stories and traditional religions, I think the way it was presented was just felt very fresh and new, especially incorporating aspects that certain people were familiar with, like Anansi. And I think the art also was something that a lot of people really grew, just like really jumped on. So over time, given that the very first Kickstarter did very well, especially before the whole algorithms started screwing things up, in my opinion. So a lot of people got to see it. They were able to jump on at that particular moment. I also do conventions all the freaking time. So I've just been building up the network, and a lot of readers have just been jumping on it. And I think each Kickstarter just gets more and more fresh new eyes. So I think that's one of the things that's been resonating with a lot of people, and that I'm always changing up the stories, even though you could read my stuff and be like, oh, Greg wrote this. Every chapter is completely different from the previous. And so I just wanted to showcase just how much of a well that we have when it comes to Black mythology and Black folklore and what we can do with it, which I feel a lot of people don't really tap into. I'm starting to see it a bit more now, so that's a lot of fun for me to see. As to wisdom to Greg year one, honestly, I try to tell people this: try to do a lot more research on people before you start working with them, because you never know when that's going to bite you in the ass.
Morgan is understanding that this morning for sure.
I've only been kind to Morgan. That's it.
Speaking of jumping on it, I was wondering, are there any like sexual favors, being done at, like off screen to like get more backers, or
What the?
is that anything that's being offered? Like that could be another, like reward tier. You know what I'm saying, that you put up there, like smash is not out of Were Spider, or what I mean.
Offering prostitution for his Kickstarter? What?
He would offer it for me. So he literally he tried to pimp me out at Heroes Con. So I'm just saying, it's a fair question, right?
So a
Greg,
reward
did you want to
tier,
answer that?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we're at right now. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's a new possible reward tier. You know what I mean? You could offer it and just, put it at like a really high dollar amount.
What definition of smash are we talking about now? Because
I don't know.
It's not supposed to be.
I mean, well, I imagine in the reward tier, it would be you. You know what I'm saying? Like playing against Nana. Yeah. Well, not me. The backers, obviously. Duh.
So you're trying to be that. You were number one backer today.
I'm always number one.
You were number. Usually it's Ramel Hill usually, but you decided to be number one. So were you expecting me to have a number one gets to smash the creator type of thing?
No. No, absolutely not.
He wants it as a stretch goal, from my understanding, I think.
Oh wow.
Oh
wow.
That's something else, man.
Oh wow. Wow, Kyrun. That was You went in your bag for that one. Good stuff.
Try to.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
I'm just saying it's a possible
Come on,
reward tier.
Morgan.
That's all. It's something to think about. I was number one anyway. I was gonna be number one anyway. Just saying.
You were the boy.
Just think about it. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So we've talked about pedophilia with Isnana now. We've had guns.
Is it pedophilia?
Isnana's a teenager.
I'm talking about Greg.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So
All I heard was you want Greg to dress up as Isnana and then you smash him from the back door or something. I don't know.
you
That's what I
definitely
heard.
made all of that up. You made all of that stuff up just now. Like that was
Nah.
impressive. That was a Danny lie. That was a Danny quick lie. Good job. Good job.
Thank you. I learned from the best.
Danny is not here. How you bringing him into it?
Right now, apparently.
Oh, he keeps coming into this, as we've seen.
The gun was a metaphor. Yo,
The gun brings me peace, and her name is Whitney. So
hey,
that's
What's
three
the
times.
problem?
It's three
Get rid of
times.
Whitney and everything be better
No,
for you.
no, I'm not getting rid of Whitney. I'm
All
not
right,
getting rid of Whitney.
next question. Next question.
Next question. All right. Next question, Greg. Be honest, because it's not as a huge hit. It's known around the world. Have you been approached by a producer, anybody, to make it into a TV series, cartoon series, film series, something else outside of comics? Be honest about this. You don't have to name names, but
I was approached a couple of years ago, and truthfully, I just don't think it was the time. So I feel like a lot of people would have definitely jumped on that, but something in my gut just told me to say no. Even though the source of the person apparently was very, and I know somebody who is having their producer, and so far everything seems to be working very fine. It's just I feel like there's been a lot of Black indie books that once they get some type of attention from a producer or they want to turn it into a different type of medium, all of a sudden I don't see when the next issue is going to come out. And sometimes it will be years and years because that person now is starting to like chase after wanting to turn this into something else, and which is fine. It's their prerogative, and I support that 100%. But I know for me, as a supporter, as a reader, when I'm like a fan of the book, I want to continue reading the book. At least let me finish the first storyline before, y'all decide y'all want to turn this into something else. And even though I've had a couple of Isnana books released so far, it's still only scratching the surface of what I want to do with the character. And so I just feel like I'm not quite ready to showcase this is what I want Isnana to be about. So let's turn this into something else. Let me just release the first, which them just release like what I feel like represents all of Isnana first before I decide, all right, now I'm ready. Now let's go and do something with it. Okay. So Isnana has always, first and foremost, has always been about the comic books to me more than anything else.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, do you have a set number of books for Isnana that you're shooting for to feel like you've told not the full story, but get the brunt of the character out there and who he is and build that world up? Like, do you have a set number of stories? Do you have a set number of comics? Do you have do you already have other scripts done? You know what I'm saying, that you're just waiting to get to Kickstarter wise, or what?
I'd say volume 3, which is going to be the collection of all the one shots that I've released so far. I think volume 1 and to 3 may establish with the character, but I'd say like the first part of like say the first saga would be what I have planned up to like volume 6, what I have in mind. I've already started writing things that will be a part of volume 4. There's a couple of stories that already was released through like specials and anthologies, which is going to be a part of 4 because there's just so many of them that I can't really fit them in 3. But I'd say 5 and 6 is where shit gets down, shit gets crazy, and so far since Volume 1 it was already been like a setup in every single story that's leading to what Volume 5 and 6 will essentially be about.
Bet.
Okay.
Okay.
So when shit gets down, because I mean he's already fought like a bunch of crap. So how much more shit could go down in 4?
What I have in mind for what is it, volume? I think it's all right. So it's not really spoilers. So as I said, volume 3 will be all the one shots that's already been released. Volume 4 will be a couple new stories and shorts that we release. Volume 5 will finally be like the full origin story. Like we've seen hints of it throughout some of the different things, and we've had characters mention certain situations. We're finally going to see how it played out. Like is Nana coming to Earth and exactly, well, our realm rather, and seeing what that first adventure was like. And that leads into what is it 6 which will be like some truths that were planted throughout the stories, but it's let's just say that there's a reason why Anansi is known as one of the biggest tricksters in stories, so that will play a huge part in their relationship and who is not is, and hopefully shock the hell out of readers as to what the hell they've been reading this whole time.
Okay.
Dope setup.
Right. That's cool. All right. Well, we've talked about Dreamer. We've talked about Isnana. I got to know, what else do you have planned in the future, project wise, outside of those books? Like, what can we expect from Greg?
Well, I have
Lumberjack
a
crossover, I'm assuming.
I'm sorry. That would be dope, actually.
Oh, did we lose him? Oh no, we did.
So I have an upcoming short with Watson and Holmes that's coming. And so I'm looking forward for you guys to finally read it. That was supposed to come out a while ago, but it's finally, I don't know exactly what the date is. Depending on, I guess, the reception for that might lead to me possibly writing a volume 3 for Watson and Holmes. I don't know all the details, but hopefully you guys like that short. There's a lot of projects I have going on that it's very hard. When people ask me that question, it gets like, damn, if I can remember everything. But right now, at the moment, Watson is a possibility that I'm working on right now.
All right, Morgan, do you have any other questions for Greg before we get into Danny's part of the show?
Oh, Danny has a part of the show. He's interrupted 3 times. So
I don't.
He's not even present, and he interrupted 3 times.
I don't know. I just host it. I don't do anything else.
Sean Hill. I was gonna support the book anyway, but like, as he's been worthy of getting the praise and reception that he's getting as it stands now. How did you guys get to the place where you're working together? Like how long has it been since y'all decided y'all gonna work together on Drums of Ogun?
Like 2-3 years, honestly. Originally I had a different artist in mind when I wrote the script, and this previous artist, he said so that was going to happen. But I think over time, I don't know if it was some personal stuff that was going on, or he just didn't quite feel he was ready when the time came. So the artist respectfully backed out, and so I was just like, who would be like the dope artist that can capture what I wanted with this particular story? And one of the things that I've always do with Isnana, I tend to like to play with a lot of different styles and art, and I think it just brings a lot of that you can do with the series. And so I think Sean Hill was just the next person that I saw, and I was like, yo, his work would be freaking amazing. Reached out to him to do it. It was like an instant, like, dude, yes, because apparently he's been a fan of his for some time. So I remember when I used to like struggle trying to get certain artists to work with me, but now it's just kind of been doing pretty well. Where a lot of people just like, I've been waiting for this. So that it was like very quick, automatic. You wanted to do it, but the thing with Sean is, if you look at his work, he's extremely detailed, and so that can take a little while. And then he's working on other people's projects as well, and everything always freaking amazing. So sometimes it just becomes an aspect of when will we have to work on this, because he's working for this book, he's working for that this book, and eventually we settled on when to figured out a contract, which I would say that's another piece of wisdom. Try to work on a contract, between the two of y'all, something that is fair for both parties, and especially keep everyone accountable on timeline and so on and so forth. And so timeline, the pages just started flowing, and then it came to a point where now we're like talking like as boys. It's like, yo, this would have did that. And there'll be times where when I would see the finished pages, then I would feel like we need to do more. So I would expand on certain scenes and certain moments. And I think he would have his ideas. He would put certain things like fun, like do your thing. One scene, one fight where I was just like, you have run wild, do your thing, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to ask too, is like, just because we all know as writers and creators, we all can't be, multi-talented like Kyrun to be able to write and draw, but like finding that ebb and flow to be able to work with an artist, especially one that you're seeking after. Like, I know that, man, because Sean, like you said, like Sean's work is so freaking dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic. Like you know what I'm saying? So that's one I want to check off my list too. God, I wish I could get him to do something, but I just gotta keep working.
There's a lot of things that already haven't released yet, and any of the promos that I just can't wait for you guys to see, because it's just like we're trying to keep a tight lip on certain moments and certain scenes.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for you guys to get the book. That way you could be like, holy crap, because I only showed you just a small snippet of some of the crazy stuff.
I believe it. I can't wait, bro. Seriously.
Well, I'm already backed it, so whatever you come out with, I'm gonna be there for, man. All right. Well, this is the part of the show where Danny takes over. Usually, this is where we do Danny's quick takes. If you've never seen our show before, Danny has 5 questions that he asks our guests. We used to do a time thing, but you can have as much time as you want to answer them off the top of your head. Of course, Danny's not here, but he still wanted to be part of the show, as we saw. So he has some videos for you, Greg. So let's go ahead and start that.
Question number 1. Greg, I know that you are huge in the indie scene. I know everybody that I know has read your work or has heard of you. And I think that Isnana has huge potential to cross over into the mainstream comics. My question for you is, what other indies out there do you think have the potential to cross over into mainstream success?
So, what was the last part of that question? My internet started acting up.
He was asking, like, he was saying he feels like it's not like a crossover into the mainstream. What other indie comics do you feel like have big potential to be able to cross over mainstream?
What other indie books? That's because there's so many different indie stuff. I feel like maybe
Mhm.
the team and Root would probably be really interested, especially if they like crossed over with the Marvel horror scene or the DC horror scene. Like I think I would enjoy seeing that a black family have to deal with monsters from different realms, especially since in the book we do see them travel different realms. It would be interesting if there was like a amalgam of DC and Marvel horror characters, and you saw the Bitterroot crew trying to deal with them. I think that would be dope.
That would be fire.
That would be cool.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Let's move on.
Question number 2. Greg, me and Morgan got the fortune to meet you at Heroes Con last year in Charlotte, North Carolina, which I consider one of the bigger shows in our area. But what I want to know from you is, do you prefer big shows for the amount of people that you get to connect to, or do you prefer smaller shows to be more intimate with each customer?
I'm gonna be a hoe and say I like them all. That's that's the truth.
Okay.
It's facts. I like the obviously the huge ones will help you stay afloat, especially when it comes to money and the amount of people that you can attract and give your books to. But the smaller ones as well helps you build a lot of intimate relationships and networking. And sometimes the small ones is the only ones that certain readers could afford to go to, and so you never know how you're going to impact them just by being there. And sometimes the small ones still surprise the heck out of you because you would think, it's a small show. Next thing you know, you sold out of your inventory, and so you just never know what you're gonna get. So I very much enjoy both aspects, the big ones and the small shows.
I need to address something. Javon said this damn question again. Danny's just begging for someone to agree with him. Danny loves this question. He asks it to every guest for the past like 4 episodes. I don't know why, but yeah, if you plan on being on our show, that's definitely going to be asked at this point. All right.
I was going to say it too, so I'm glad you did it.
Question number 3. Straight up, it's Nana versus Spider-Man. Who wins and why?
Why he's squinting though? Never mind. Go ahead, Greg.
What kind of fucking question is that, bro? Why you gonna ask that question?
And I assume he's talking about Miles, so he just put black on black crime again. So I'm just going.
It makes perfect sense.
Oh.
Okay. I honestly have no idea. Depends on the writer. I want to say so far, Nana hasn't really lost too many fights, but he's not entirely trained. That's the thing. So he's just like a natural fighter. He'll fight, but he's also a pacifist. I think deep down they're just gonna find some way to find common ground and just start talking and just start chilling. But I will say there are a lot of abilities that Nana has that Miles or any of the Spider-Men do not have. I really wanted to tap into the aspect of Nana being a bit of a demigod. So there's a lot of crazy abilities that he's still discovering that he can do, and a lot of it also comes from being pushed against the wall and finding out that he can do this as a spider, he can do that. So I think there's a lot of variety that will give Nana a leg up. But this also goes back to this next book, Drums of Ogun. His fighting skills literally is a theme of this particular book. There's a reason why Ogun, who is the god of war, comes after him. And that is a bit of a plot point that going forward we'll start to focus a little bit more on.
I can't wait to read that joint, bro.
Seriously.
Because I love Showtime, so.
All right.
I got to read it early, but
Question number 4. What are the best things about living in New York, and what are the worst things about living in New York?
the squint thing, bro. What is the squint? Okay. I'm sorry.
I think everyone knows. Best thing, we have so many here in the city. We have events. You can literally find anything that you want. here in New York City. The personalities, all of the various cultures, especially when you're in Brooklyn, there's a lot of there's a crap ton of different elements that you will find. The worst thing is everything is fucking expensive. That is the worst thing, and so trying to be a struggling artist is a real struggle.
Racism. It is. I'm just saying.
All right, question number 5. As you know, I do another show with Morgan Iverson and Javon Stokes called Top 5 Live. So every time we interview someone on Foretell's podcast, I want to get them to do a top 5 off the top of their head. And I've seen you posting your fitness, your muscles, and your whole body be glistening and stuff like that. So give me your top 5 exercises to lose weight.
He's flirting with. I knew it. He's flirting with you, bro. That I see it now. He's doing the smiles thing, and now you're talking about your body all glistening and stuff like that. I got it. Bet. Now I see. It makes sense now. All right, bet. Go ahead.
I seem to have that effect on a lot of people, man. It's all good.
I just want to say I'm the only person that has not hit on you today. So
I did not hit on him. I didn't.
Chat. Did Morgan not say he wanted to smash Greg dressed up? I just know that earlier. Did he not say that? Put in the answer.
I never said that, sir. I did not, actually.
You should see our private conversations, man. You should see.
Thank you.
Bruh. I'll show the DMs. It's fine.
Okay. Go ahead. Greg, go ahead and please answer Danny's question. Please.
All right. So exercises to lose weight. So first and foremost, I will like to say that a lot of weight loss comes from what you eat, what you don't eat, and the amount of cardio that you do. So even though weightlifting does help with losing some pounds, the biggest secrets is finding something like, okay, I say to lose weight, one of my favorite things is jump roping, and learning how to do a whole bunch of different tricks, knowing how to do like the double unders, which is when you swing the rope under you twice. So that really takes a lot out of you. So if you're jumping for like about 15-20 minutes, that's really great cardio, keeping your heart rate up and so on and so forth. Another one to lose weight. Running uphill is another one. I'm trying to think what else. I'm also going to say just weightlifting, try to lift very heavy. And I'm going to say 5 is just eating right, honestly. That, to be honest with you, because it really just comes down to what you eat.
So running, jump rope, weightlifting, eating right. I'm never going to be skinny.
Oh,
so
and a lot of water.
All right, I got 1 out of 5. I'm good.
I thought he was gonna say something weird. So good job, Greg. I thought you were definitely about to say something left field. So
you're the only one that's been saying weird stuff today, man.
I ain't saying nothing weird.
Yeah, 4, right? So 5 fucking days.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it was right there. I knew it was right off the screen. I knew it. I'm just saying.
All right, so how many times are you recommending per day, per week to get the amount of cardio? I just want to let my wife know so she can help me lose weight. So
it's a good idea, Kyrun.
Hey,
that's pretty smooth.
No, thank you.
I'd say about 2 to 5 times a week.
Okay.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Wait, how you gonna say 2 to 5? That's like
I'm saying that's
make it happen.
A lot of people don't get 2.
You gotta think about schedule. You gotta think about energy. A lot of people don't get 1. Damn.
Sure.
All right. So again, I got 1 out of 5. All right.
Dang.
I got water.
Dang.
All right. Well, Gray, this has been the most interesting show I think we've done in a while. We definitely want to make sure everybody picks up your work, picks up all your books, things like that. So before we leave, where can people get your books, your anything, like your social medias? Let everybody know where we can find you, basically.
Best place to get the book is Webway. webwaycomics.ec, I think ecwid.com, which you'll get all the anonymous stuff there. You can get Dreamer off of Amazon. Just type in you can type in Akim, AKIMALIU, Dreamer. That should show up. You'll be able to copy from there, or a whole bunch of bookstores, Barnes and Nobles. You'll be able to find that there. On social media, Twitter, Greg and Elysee, Greg Day on IG, and you can just type in my name on Facebook. You'll find one of the many Greg pages there. Whichever
Kyrun
one is,
Morgan with those extra accounts, man.
because they be trying to kick Negroes out.
Man, don't lie. I see all that time that y'all was picking on me for getting put in Facebook jail. Greg be out here whole cussing people out and giving like full details of his sexual regalia and all that type of stuff. And him, don't nothing happen to him, and I get kicked for just saying good morning and stuff. It don't make no sense. It happens all the time.
All right. Well, all right. Morgan, thank you for being on the show, taking over Danny's spot. Where can people find you and all your social media?
So
y'all was gonna leave without letting me give my social medias? Y'all was gonna leave without letting me give my social medias? Nah, we're not doing that. If you want to find me, the best place to go is fourthwallpros.com or on social media at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms. Greg, again, I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I appreciate you coming on the show. Much success to you in all your endeavors. Morgan, thanks for filling in. And Kyrun, you the man, bro. I love y'all, brothers. Y'all be safe out there.
Morgan, I apologize. We didn't get to.
That was really good. That was really good.
Morgan, where can we find your work? Your social media?
Here. It's probably the best place. It's right here.
Fuckyou.com. Okay.
Yeah. And this is for Javon. This is for Javon. Personal. You can find me at Fourth Wall Pros, Lumberjacks. Harlem will be dropping soon. I'll be shipping out Lumberjacks number 3 soon as well, as soon as Danny finishes lettering the pages for Harlem's preview. I'll be at HeroesCon this year, and Greg will probably harass me, and I'm going to record it this time so I have actual video footage. You can find me Morgan Iverson on Facebook when I'm not in jail. Morgan Iverson on IG. And I have a TikTok, but I don't even remember what it is, so I'm not even going to play those games with you.
All right.
And Top 5 Live every Tuesday night.
I was gonna say my fault. I'm not trying to interrupt you like my name Danny, but just
It's perfectly fine, bro. Great. Bye.
Kickstarter is Not of the Weird Spider, Drums of Ogun. You can also get all the previous is not from there as well. So make sure you guys jump on that if you can.
Morgan,
Greg,
Javon, yes, you're correct. Morgan did say he wants to record any encounter that he has with Greg, so take that as you will. Anyways,
I can't wait.
I didn't say that. I said
we got that OnlyFans coming, bro.
you
We got that OnlyFans coming in.
I don't know why people keep suggesting the OnlyFans for me, but when I do it, I don't want to hear no smoke, and I better have subscriptions. I'm telling you right now.
you're not getting my money.
Well, F you too. Okay?
That's fine. Anyways, if you want to check me out, since Morgan's not going to... what's up, Greg?
No, I'll be number one. Like,
you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm not supporting no Kickstarters, bro. Dub. F it. I buy it personally. God damn, I hate you guys.
Anyways, you can check me out at tauruscomics.com. I am on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Taurus Comics, Instagram also. If this is your first time checking out the Four Tails podcast, please go back to our website, fourtailspodcast.com. You can listen to all our past episodes. That is the number 4, TALES podcast.com. Please join us next week where we will have creator Don Walker on the show. We're going to talk about his books, Agent Wild, Dreadlock, Barbarian, and more. Make sure that you check out the Geeks Council here on the Ages of Geekdom Network tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Greg, again, thank you for being on the show. But again, until next time, everybody, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves.
Yes.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.